Dolphins Bengals in another AFC Championship game here on 16-0 Radio Network, as in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a snowy environment, the Bengals will battle the Dolphins, who travel in here compared to last year, where the Dolphins had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Both teams have had slight drop-offs, ending with 11-5 records opposed to 13-3 records, but nonetheless, both are still excellent teams and have gained back momentum over the final weeks of the season and into the playoffs. This, of course, is the rematch of the game last year in the AFC Championship game, where the Miami Dolphins beat the Bengals and advanced to win their first Super Bowl title in the Adam Gase era, and that's where we're at right now, as Dalton, the Red Rover, still rocking it, fires to Rashad Green Sr., and the ball comes out. It's Leo Sanders knocking it free. The Sultan of SWAT and Rashad Jones falls on it for the fumble recovery, and that is some early momentum shifting there for the Bengals, as the Finns have an opportunity to take an early lead here in the AFC Championship game, and they cannot do that, as Roosevelt, the president of concrete, cannot bring it down. And on 4th and goal, they try to go for it with Derrick Henry, and this Bengals team, full heart, can't lose, pushes hard in the backfield and brings down Derrick Henry for a loss of 4. And here's Gio Bernard, though, another near turnover, but it's 3rd down, and they will be smart and punt it away. So Dolphins, take notes on when you punt and when you don't, but next Dolphins possession nonetheless. Mariota finding Eric Redmond, Mr. Reliable, all down to the 45-yard line, as Redmond made a huge catch in last year's game, and he's going to keep up that momentum in this game. And here's Devontae Parker, speaking of big catches, tips it off his helmet and makes the big play there as he slipped and fell down. But that led all to Sheldon Young Man Rumble all the way into the end zone, 12 yards out on the drag route, beating everybody and scoring the first touchdown in this AFC Championship game. Advancing, 3 minutes left in the second, it's 7-3 at this point. Here's Sanchez Beckett like a cannon, and he's gonna bring down the Red Rover. Rover, bring Beckett right over, as that is a sack for Beckett. And now Dalton, play action, going to Green, and there's AJ Green with the sticky fingers. A bit of a glitchy adjustment there. Maybe he's not human after all. AJ Green with the reception, and he was overall contained pretty well in this game. Now a 2-minute drill situation for the Dolphins here, and Vontez Burfict testing out Devontae Freeman's 99 carrying. This myth is busted, as the fumble is recovered by William Jackson III, and Freeman coughs it up here in the championship game, leading to a field goal and late points for the Bengals. But how about the president of concrete, Asphalt Roosevelt, down to the 1-yard line, and that would set up a touchdown for the Dolphins. How about the ensuing Bengals possession here, as they are down 8? How about the Red Rover throwing an interception to Barry Hyden? That flag does not matter. The laundry on the field is just holding on the Bengals, and Hyden airplanes in the end zone for his first ever pick 6. And this guy has definitely come on late in the season here, has been a crucial part of this team for the Miami Dolphins. But how about the Red Rover once again trying to redeem himself, and then Ndamukong Suh says, hell no, I'll stomp on your face. Gets his 1.5 sack on the day, and it is a big one here in the 4th quarter. How about 5 minutes later on 4th down and 7? Dalton trying to make a big play. He's going to step up and throw downfield, and it's knocked away and nearly intercepted by Deon Buchanan. And that was their last chance, folks. 21-6, or I guess 28-20, as they kind of ran up the score a little bit late. Some garbage stats that don't matter. And the Miami Dolphins, for the 2nd straight year, will beat the Cincinnati Bengals here, as Father Time may be ticking down on Andy Dalton, as he hasn't really made it to a Super Bowl despite being in like way too many playoff games, and maybe that's going to be the end of his career. Who knows here? Maybe Andy Dalton will never win a title, but nonetheless, what a great game played by the Miami Dolphins. Not as much offensive production, but the defense was flawless. They did not allow AJ Green to do anything. 3 lockdown corners were on him all day. And along with that, the defense was not giving Gio Bernard any room for comfort here, as he was a non-factor in multiple situations. Now, the NFC Championship match is the exact same as it was last season, along with the AFC Championship match. And in the NFC Championship, the Lions would be battling the Seahawks. The Seahawks, the number 1 seed, and the Lions not even winning their division, but still making it to the playoffs. And you're probably wondering if we're gonna have a rematch of last year's Super Bowl, folks, and I have the answer right for you right now. Just kidding, I fooled you guys. I wouldn't show you the Super Bowl before showing you guys the Pro Bowl results. Obviously, the Pro Bowl is the most important thing ever. We have Devontae Parker, Mariota in the Pro Bowl, and then we have like no linemen for some really weird reason other than that. And then on the defensive side, we have our boy Philip Wisniewski, and then I believe we have Dan Buchanan, and we have our punter Marquise Kitty. I'm still trying to get over that. That's probably the cringiest name suggestion I have ever had in my entire life for somebody. But that's our Pro Bowl team, folks, nonetheless. Now I promise I will show you the Super Bowl as we're playing the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So it's not going to be a rematch of last year, but this team is loaded, and we're going to have to bring everything on offense if we want to get by this defense, and they're going to have to bring everything on offense if they want to get by our defense too. And for once, the Seahawks actually have a lineman. Holy balls, this guy is a freaking monster. So I guess once they improve their offensive line, they're finally in a Super Bowl, because that's kind of how things work, I guess. But our team is just as stacked. We have a lot of young players and a lot of depth at literally every single position, so it doesn't matter if anybody gets hurt. This is going to be a great game, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see everybody in the big game.